Have you ever met someone who stays calm during an argument while everyone else is getting angry? Or maybe you've seen someone who always knows the right thing to say when a friend is upset. Some people think these skills come from being smart. But the truth is, they come from something even more powerful: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence isn't about having a high IQ. It's about understanding your own emotions, recognizing the feelings of others, and responding in a healthy and respectful way. The good news is that emotional intelligence is not something you're simply born with. It's a skill anyone can learn and improve over time. In today's video, we'll explore 7 clear signs that you have high emotional intelligence. You might already have some of these qualities without even realizing it. And if you don't worry. By understanding these signs, you'll know exactly what to work on. Let's begin with the first sign. Sign number 1. You stay calm under pressure. The first sign of high emotional intelligence is that you stay calm during difficult situations. Life is full of stress. Problems happen at work. Family disagreements appear without warning. Friends may disappoint you. Sometimes everything seems to go wrong at once. People with low emotional intelligence often react immediately. They shout, panic, or say things they later regret. But emotionally intelligent people do something different. They pause. They take a deep breath. Instead of letting emotions control them, they take control of their emotions. This doesn't mean they never feel angry, sad, or frustrated. They feel these emotions just like everyone else. The difference is that they don't let those emotions make their decisions. Imagine you're at work, and your manager criticizes your project in front of everyone. Many people would become defensive or angry. They might argue immediately or spend the whole day feeling upset. But someone with high emotional intelligence listens carefully. They ask themselves, is this criticism useful? Is there something I can learn? Instead of reacting emotionally, they respond thoughtfully. This creates respect. It also helps them solve problems faster. Another example is during family arguments. When someone says something hurtful, emotionally intelligent people don't always fight back. They know that speaking while angry often makes the situation worse. Instead, they wait until emotions settle before discussing the issue calmly. Research shows that our brains make better decisions when we're calm. Strong emotions can reduce our ability to think clearly. That's why staying calm isn't a weakness. It's actually a strength. People who control their emotions usually build stronger relationships, become better leaders, and make wiser decisions. So ask yourself, when life becomes stressful, do you react immediately, or do you pause, think, and respond with confidence? If you choose the second option most of the time, that's a strong sign of high emotional intelligence. Sign number 2, you listen more than you speak. The second sign is that you're a good listener. Many people think communication is all about speaking, but in reality, great communication begins with listening. Emotionally intelligent people don't interrupt others just to share their own opinions. They pay attention. They look at the speaker. They notice facial expressions. They hear not only the words but also the emotions behind those words. Imagine your friend says, "I'm fine," but their voice sounds quiet. Their shoulders are down. They avoid eye contact. An emotionally intelligent person notices these signals. Instead of accepting the first answer, they gently ask, "Are you sure? You seem a little upset." Sometimes people don't need advice. They simply need someone who listens without judging them. That's a rare skill today. Many conversations have become competitions. People wait for their turn to speak instead of truly listening. But emotionally intelligent people make others feel heard. And when people feel understood, trust grows naturally. This skill is also valuable at work. Managers who listen carefully understand their employees better. Teachers who listen build stronger relationships with students. Parents who listen create closer families. Even in friendships, listening prevents misunderstandings. It shows respect. It shows kindness. And it makes people feel important. Here's another small habit emotionally intelligent people have. They don't interrupt every few seconds. They let others finish their thoughts. Only then do they respond. This creates meaningful conversations instead of arguments. Listening also helps you learn. Every person you meet knows something you don't. By listening more, you gain knowledge, improve relationships, and understand different perspectives. So think about your daily conversations. Do you spend more time talking, or do you truly listen? If you're someone who enjoys understanding others before sharing your own opinion, that's another powerful sign of emotional intelligence. Sign number 3. You take responsibility for your mistakes. The third sign is that you admit when you're wrong. This sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things for many people to do. Nobody likes making mistakes. Our natural reaction is often to blame someone else. We say, "It wasn't my fault. They made me do it. The situation wasn't fair." But emotionally intelligent people think differently. They understand that everyone makes mistakes. Making mistakes doesn't make you weak. Refusing to learn from them does. Imagine you accidentally hurt a friend's feelings. Instead of making excuses, you say, "I'm sorry. I didn't realize my words hurt you. I'll be more careful next time." That simple apology can strengthen the relationship. Why? Because it shows maturity. It shows honesty. It shows respect. At work, emotionally intelligent employees also admit their mistakes. If they forget an important task, they don't hide it. They accept responsibility. Then they focus on fixing the problem. Managers often trust these employees more than people who constantly make excuses. Why? Because honesty builds confidence. Another important habit is learning from failure. Emotionally intelligent people don't spend weeks blaming themselves. Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes experience. Think about successful people in any field. Athletes lose competitions. Business owners make bad decisions. Students fail exams. But what separates successful people from everyone else is their willingness to learn instead of making excuses. Taking responsibility also improves your confidence. When you stop blaming others, you realize that you have the power to improve your own life. That's incredibly empowering. The next time something goes wrong, ask yourself, am I looking for someone to blame, or am I looking for a solution? People with high emotional intelligence choose the second option. They know that growth begins the moment they accept responsibility. And that mindset helps them become stronger with every challenge they face. Sign number 4. You accept constructive criticism. The fourth sign of high emotional intelligence is that you can accept constructive criticism without taking it personally. Let's be honest. Nobody enjoys hearing that they made a mistake or could do something better. Our first reaction is often to defend ourselves. We might think, "They don't understand me. They're just being rude. I'm already doing my best." These thoughts are natural, but emotionally intelligent people choose a different response. Instead of becoming defensive, they ask an important question. Can I learn something from this? They understand that feedback is not always an attack. Sometimes it is an opportunity to grow. Imagine your manager says, "Your presentation was good, but it could be more organized." A person with low emotional intelligence might feel offended and ignore the advice. But a person with high emotional intelligence listens carefully. They thank the manager for the feedback. Then they work on improving their presentation skills. As a result, they become more confident and more successful over time. The same thing happens in everyday life. Maybe a friend tells you that you interrupt people during conversations. Instead of arguing, emotionally intelligent people think about it honestly. If the feedback is true, they try to improve. Of course, not all criticism is fair. Sometimes people judge unfairly or speak harshly. High emotional intelligence doesn't mean accepting every opinion as truth. It means staying calm enough to decide whether the feedback is useful. If it is helpful, they learn from it. If it isn't, they let it go without holding anger. This ability protects their peace of mind. Remember, the most successful people in the world continue learning because they never believe they know everything. They welcome advice. They stay humble. And they keep improving every day. So ask yourself, when someone corrects you, do you become defensive? Or do you see it as a chance to become better? If you choose growth over pride, that's another clear sign of high emotional intelligence. Sign number 5. You show genuine empathy. The fifth sign is that you truly care about how other people feel. This quality is called empathy. Empathy means trying to understand another person's emotions, even if you've never experienced the same situation. It is one of the strongest signs of emotional intelligence. Imagine your coworker seems unusually quiet. Instead of assuming they are unfriendly, you ask, "Is everything okay?" Maybe they are dealing with family problems. Maybe they are stressed. Maybe they just need someone to listen. Emotionally intelligent people avoid making quick judgments. Instead, they try to understand what others may be going through. Empathy also means celebrating other people's success. Some people become jealous when friends achieve something great. They compare themselves and feel unhappy. But emotionally intelligent people feel genuinely happy for others. They understand that someone else's success does not reduce their own opportunities. There is enough success for everyone. Empathy also appears during difficult conversations. Imagine a child makes a mistake. Instead of yelling immediately, an emotionally intelligent parent asks, "Why did this happen?" Understanding the reason helps solve the real problem. In relationships, empathy creates trust. When your partner feels sad, they don't always need solutions. Sometimes they simply need someone who listens, understands, and says, "I'm here for you." Those simple words can provide great comfort. Empathy is also important in leadership. The best leaders care about their team. They recognize when employees are stressed. They appreciate hard work. They encourage people instead of constantly criticizing them. This creates stronger teams and healthier workplaces. The good news is that empathy can be practiced. The next time someone shares a problem, don't rush to give advice. Listen first. Understand first. Then respond with kindness. People may forget what you said, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. And that's why empathy is one of the greatest strengths of emotionally intelligent people. Sign number 6. You don't let negative people control your mood. The sixth sign of high emotional intelligence is knowing how to protect your emotional energy. Every one of us meets difficult people. Some complain all the time. Some criticize everything. Others enjoy creating drama and conflict. If you're not careful, their negative attitude can affect your own happiness. Emotionally intelligent people understand something very important. You cannot control other people's behavior, but you can control your response. Imagine a coworker arrives every morning complaining about everything. The weather, the job, the customers, life in general. Instead of joining the negativity, emotionally intelligent people stay positive. They listen politely when necessary, but they don't allow that negativity to take over their own mindset. The same principle applies on social media. Some people enjoy arguing with strangers online. They leave negative comments and try to start fights. Emotionally intelligent people know that not every argument deserves a response. Sometimes the smartest decision is to stay silent and move on. Protecting your peace is not weakness. It is wisdom. Another important habit is setting healthy boundaries. Emotionally intelligent people know it's okay to say, "I need some time for myself," or "I'm not comfortable with that conversation." They understand that protecting their mental well-being is just as important as helping others. This doesn't mean avoiding everyone who disagrees with you. Healthy disagreements are normal. Different opinions help us learn and grow. The key difference is choosing relationships that bring respect rather than constant stress. Emotionally intelligent people spend more time with those who encourage, support, and inspire them. They avoid unnecessary drama. They focus on solutions instead of complaints. As a result, they experience less stress and enjoy healthier relationships. Think about the people around you. Do they leave you feeling motivated or emotionally exhausted? Choosing positive influences is one of the smartest decisions you can make, because the people around you often shape your thoughts, habits, and future. Sign number 7. You keep learning and improving yourself. The seventh and final sign of high emotional intelligence is that you are always willing to learn and grow. Emotionally intelligent people don't believe they know everything. Instead, they understand that life is a journey of learning. Every experience, every success, and every mistake teaches them something valuable. They regularly ask themselves questions like, how could I have handled that situation better? What can I learn from this experience? How can I become a better person tomorrow? These simple questions help them improve day by day. Imagine two people who both fail a job interview. The first person says, the interviewer was unfair. I'll never get a good job. They blame others and give up. The second person says, maybe I need to improve my communication skills. I'll practice and prepare better for the next interview. A few months later, who do you think has a better chance of success? The answer is obvious. The second person has a growth mindset. They see failure as feedback instead of defeat. That is a major sign of emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent people also understand that personal growth never stops. They read books. They watch educational videos. They listen to podcasts. They learn from mentors. They ask questions. Most importantly, they apply what they learn in real life. Another habit is self-reflection. At the end of the day, they spend a few minutes thinking about their actions. They ask themselves, did I treat people with kindness today? Did I stay calm during stressful moments? What can I improve tomorrow? This habit doesn't make them perfect. It makes them better. Little improvements every day lead to big changes over time. Emotionally intelligent people also accept that they won't always succeed. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they disappoint themselves. Sometimes life doesn't go according to plan. But instead of quitting, they learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. They understand that success isn't about never making mistakes. Success is about never stopping your efforts to improve. That's why emotionally intelligent people continue growing throughout their lives. And that's what makes them successful not only in their careers, but also in their relationships and personal happiness. So, let's quickly review the 7 signs of high emotional intelligence. Sign number 1. You stay calm under pressure instead of reacting with anger or panic. Sign number 2. You listen more than you speak because you genuinely want to understand others. Sign number 3. You take responsibility for your mistakes instead of making excuses. Sign number 4. You accept constructive criticism and use it as an opportunity to grow. Sign number 5. You show genuine empathy by caring about other people's feelings and understanding their perspective. Sign number 6. You don't allow negative people to control your emotions or steal your peace of mind. And sign number 7. You keep learning, improving, and becoming a better version of yourself every single day. If you notice several of these signs in yourself, congratulations. You have already developed valuable emotional intelligence skills. If you only recognized 1 or 2 signs, don't feel discouraged. Remember, emotional intelligence is not something you're born with. It is a skill, and like any skill, it becomes stronger with practice. Start by making one small change today. Maybe you'll listen more carefully during your next conversation. Maybe you'll stay calm during your next disagreement. Maybe you'll accept feedback with an open mind instead of becoming defensive. These small actions may seem simple, but over time they can completely transform your relationships, your career, and your confidence. The most emotionally intelligent people aren't those who never experience difficult emotions. They're the people who know how to understand those emotions, manage them wisely, and respond with kindness and self-control. That is true strength, and it's something every one of us can develop. If you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our future videos on psychology, self-improvement, body language, and personal success. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 signs describes you the most? Share your answer in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep becoming the best version of yourself.